Hello there. My name's Krell Vox, and I'm what you might call a survivor. Ha! That's putting it mildly. I'm nursing my sixth drink at this dingy spaceport bar, the Nebula's Edge, where all manner of galactic scum gather to lick their wounds and share horror stories. You think you've seen terror? Please. I've witnessed entire battle fleets turn tail and run. The bartender, a four-armed Zentari with skin like polished obsidian, slides another drink my way. On the house, he mutters. For what you've been through. His upper eyes blink sympathetically while his lower ones scan for potential trouble. Smart fellow. You're looking at the only living crew member of the Void Reaper, I announce, my mandibles clicking nervously despite my best efforts. Several patrons shift uncomfortably, while others lean in closer. The Void Reaper was notorious, the most feared pirate vessel in 3 sectors, captained by the legendary Bloodfang herself. But the report said no survivors, stammers a young Palaxian, her bioluminescent freckles pulsing with excitement. Reports. I bark, slamming down my drink, watching purple liquid splash across the pockmarked table. Reports written by beings who weren't there. Who didn't see them. The bar grows quiet. Too quiet. Even the usual background hum of the atmospheric regulators seems to fade away. Humans, I whisper, and watch as antennae flatten, tentacles coil, and exoskeletons rattle involuntarily around me. Those Deathworlders. You want to know why even the most hardened killers in the galaxy run when humans show up? Listen closely. I'm only telling this story once that we first spotted the human vessel near the Cygnus mining outpost. Small thing, really, barely worth noticing. Easy pickings, Captain Bloodfang said with that horrible smile that stretched her facial spines. Ha! If only we had known, the Void Reaper was top of the line, you understand? 37 confirmed kills of military-grade ships, hundreds of merchant vessels stripped clean. We weren't amateurs. Our scanner tech, Plex Tunner, identified it as a research vessel. Research. We laughed about that for 10 solid minutes. Bring them in close, ordered Bloodfang. Standard terror protocol. So we did what always worked. Fired warning shots, transmitted our infamous skull and crossbones hologram, yes, we stole that symbol from humans, ironic right, and demanded immediate surrender. Their response? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just continued drifting toward us at minimal thrust. They're playing dead, growled Lieutenant Morks, our tactical officer. His claws tapped impatiently on the command console. Classic prey behavior. Captain Bloodfang hissed in agreement. Then let's show them what happens to prey. Deploy boarding parties, full tactical spread. I was assigned to boarding Team 3. We sealed our combat suits, checked our plasma cutters, and prepared for the usual, cowering aliens begging for mercy, valuables hastily hidden in obvious places, perhaps some token resistance. As our shuttle docked with their airlock, something felt wrong. Their ship was too quiet. No emergency lights, no attempted communications, no internal security measures activating. This is weird, muttered Zar Keel, my squad mate. Where's the panic? The airlock cycled open. We stepped inside, weapons raised. And there they were, 3 humans standing calmly in the corridor. Not running. Not screaming. Just waiting. Smiling, even. Welcome aboard the Terra Nova, said the middle one, a female with bright red head fur. We've been expecting you. That's when Zar's head exploded. Just pop. Like a ripe fruit. No warning, no weapon discharge, nothing. And those humans? They didn't even flinch. Just kept smiling. You want to know what makes humans so terrifying? Let me count the ways. Ha. No, seriously, I've had nightmares for 3 cycles now. First off, they're persistence predators. Do you understand what that means? While most sentient species evolved from ambush hunters or prey animals, humans just keep going. They don't get tired. Well, they do, but they ignore it. We captured security footage of a human chasing down one of our fastest crew members, Vril Tax, wingspeed champion 3 years running, for 23 straight minutes. Just running, sweating that disgusting salt water, breathing heavily, but never stopping. That's nothing, interrupts a grizzled Zorbian merchant at the next table, his metallic scales glinting in the bar's dim light. I saw one survive 3 consecutive pulse blasts to the torso. Got right back up. Exactly. Their redundant organs and bizarre circulatory system make them nearly impossible to kill quickly. Shoot a human in one of their hearts, yes, they effectively have a backup system with their heart-lung combination, and they'll just keep fighting while their body reroutes blood flow, but wait, there's more. Their skeletal structure? Constantly regenerating. Break one of their calcium deposit support rods, bones, they call them, and it'll knit itself back together within weeks. Weeks. Not months or years like a proper, civilized species. Their skin. Don't get me started on their skin. It's practically an environmental suit. They sweat to cool down, flush blood to warm up, and can handle temperature swings that would kill most species. I watched one human walk through a corridor where we'd vented atmosphere to freeze out escapees. Know what she did? Cursed about it being a bit nippy and kept walking, and those hands. 5-fingered grasping appendages with opposable digits and tactile sensitivity so precise they can feel microscopic textures. They can go from gently cradling an infant to crushing a throat in less than a second. Their visual processing might be the worst. They don't just see what's there, they see what could be there. Pattern recognition so advanced they can spot a camouflaged predator before it moves, or identify a weapon before it's fully drawn, but their most terrifying feature? They cooperate. Perfectly. Like a hive mind, but each unit thinks independently. During our encounter, I watched 3 humans, without speaking a word, coordinate a flanking maneuver that trapped 8 of our crew in a maintenance bay. It was like they shared thoughts. That's why I quit smuggling near their space, the Zorbian nods gravely. Not worth the risk. Believe me, friend, it absolutely is not. Let me tell you about what happened in Cargo Bay 3. That's where I truly understood what we were dealing with. After the initial encounter, Captain Bloodfang ordered a full assault. Overwhelming force, she screamed over the comm, no prisoners. We had numbers on our side, 67 elite pirates against just 12 humans. 12. The odds seemed almost embarrassingly in our favor. Lieutenant Morks coordinated the attack, dividing us into strike teams to corner the humans from multiple directions. I was assigned to Team Fong with our demolitions expert, Drex Vor. Our job? Secure the cargo bay and set up a fallback position. Just another day of profit, laughed Drex as we moved through the ship's corridors. That was the last thing he ever said. That we reached Cargo Bay 3 without resistance, suspiciously without resistance. The massive doors slid open to reveal a cavernous space filled with shipping containers. Standard layout, nothing unusual. Drex deployed sensor drones while I covered the entrance. The drones showed nothing. No heat signatures, no movement, no signs of life. Clear, Drex announced. Too easy. We moved in. 10 steps. 20. The cargo bay doors suddenly slammed shut behind us. The lights went out. Not emergency lighting, complete darkness. Night vision, I barked, activating my ocular implants. But they didn't work. Some kind of localized EMP had fried our tech. That's when we heard it. Laughter. Soft, amused human laughter echoing from somewhere above us. Welcome to the fun house, called out a cheerful male voice. I would later learn this was Luke Chen, their security chief. We've prepared some entertainment for you fine folks. A single spotlight clicked on, illuminating one of our sensor drones. It was modified. Covered in blinking red lights, with a crude timer counting down. You've got about 3 minutes, continued the human voice. That's how long until the atmospheric regulators pump all the oxygen out of this room. The drone will help you keep track. Another light switched on, revealing a human child. At least, it looked like a child, sitting cross-legged on top of a container, eating something from a pouch. She couldn't have been more than 13 standard years, with dark skin and curly black hair pulled back tightly. "Hi," she said casually, waving with her free hand. "I'm Maya Rodriguez, ship's engineer." "Well, apprentice engineer. Mom says I can't have full engineer status until I'm 16. She sighed dramatically. "Adults, right?" Drex raised his pulse rifle. "Don't move, or you'll what?" Maya interrupted, shoving another handful of colorful objects into her mouth. "Shoot me? With a weapon that needs power to function? In a room where I just killed all your electronics?" She chewed noisily, then pointed at Drex's gun. "Go ahead, try it." He did. Nothing happened. "See?" She grinned, her teeth stained bizarre colors from whatever she was eating. "This is why Captain Jackson lets me handle boarding parties now. Last month, I rigged the gravity plating to liquefy a bunch of Krellian slavers. That was way messier." She shuddered at the memory. The countdown on the drone reached 2 minutes. "So anyway," Maya continued, "you guys have 2 options. 1, try the exit on the far side of the bay. Fair warning though, Auntie Prisha set up what she calls Home Alone protocols over there." She giggled. She loves old Earth movies. "Option 2? I managed to ask. Maya pointed up. "Air ducts. They're human-sized, which means you skinny types can fit too. They'll take you right to the escape pods." "Why are you helping us?" Drex asked suspiciously. The girl's expression changed, became something ancient and cold that had no business on a child's face. "Because running prey is more entertaining than suffocating prey," she said simply. Then she popped another colorful morsel into her mouth and added cheerfully, 30 seconds left, by the way. "We chose the air ducts. Drex didn't make it. Something was waiting in there. You should have seen the infamous Captain Bloodfang when she realized what we were up against. This is a warlord who once ate the still-beating heart of a Vesperian royal guard in front of his entire unit to make a point. A killer with 17 confirmed planetary genocides to her name. The terror of the Orion Spur. And there she was, pacing frantically on the bridge, her ceremonial daggers clattering against her armored exoskeleton. "Seal all bulkheads. Activate all combat drones. Get me a direct line to Dreadlord Kexthar," she shouted, her voice cracking with something I'd never heard before. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear. Lieutenant Morks was no better. The 3-time champion of the blood pits of Nargothr was huddled under a console, rocking back and forth, muttering about the smiling demons coming for him. His normally pristine battle armor was stained with stress excretions. "We should have scanned for Deathworlders," wheezed Krell Vox, our navigation officer. She'd piloted raiding ships for 60 years, had survived 3 Imperial armadas hunting her. "Should have run the moment we spotted a human-registered vessel." The ship's AI chimed in with updated casualty reports. 32 crew members already lost. No human casualties confirmed. "They're hunting us," whispered Bloodfang, her fearsome reputation crumbling before my eyes. "In our own ship." That's when we received the transmission. A human male appeared on screen, dark-skinned, with a neatly trimmed beard and oddly gentle eyes. "Captain Jackson," I learned later. "This is your final warning," he said pleasantly, as if inviting us to a meal. "Surrender now, and you'll be delivered to the nearest Galactic Federation outpost for processing." Bloodfang, the most feared pirate in 3 sectors, immediately dropped to her knees. "We surrender," she said without hesitation. "Just keep your humans away from my crew. No negotiation. No last stand. No dramatic final battle. When you've killed across the galaxy and survived the worst the void can throw at you, you learn to recognize superior predators. And humans? They're the apex." Bloodfang might have surrendered, but not everyone got the message. Trask Mal, our chief enforcer, decided he wasn't going out without a fight. 7 feet of muscle and cybernetic enhancements, with a kill count higher than most small-scale wars. I've slaughtered beings from across the galaxy, he roared over the ship-wide comm, no soft-skinned apes will take me. He barricaded himself in the engine room with 10 loyal crew members and enough explosives to tear the ship in half. His ultimatum was simple: safe passage in an escape pod or everyone dies. Classic standoff scenario, the humans' response? They sent in one person. Just one. Not an assault team, not combat drones. A single human female named Elena Blackwood that I watched it all through the security feeds. She walked right up to the engine room door, completely unarmed, wearing nothing but standard ship coveralls. No armor. No visible weapons. Her black hair pulled back in a simple tail, a small scar running across her left cheek. "This is Commander Blackwood," she announced calmly. "I'm coming in to talk." The doors slid open just enough to let her through. Trask's gang had set up a killing zone, perfect lines of fire, redundant trigger positions, automated turrets. Enough firepower to stop a small army. Elena walked in, hands visible, relaxed posture. The doors closed behind her. For 37 seconds, nothing happened. No sounds, no transmissions, then the doors opened again, and she walked out alone. Behind her, we could see all 11 hostiles on the ground. Some unconscious, some groaning in pain, none dead. Trask himself, the terror of 3 star systems, was hogtied with what looked like pieces of his own cybernetic components. Situation resolved, Elena reported into her comm device. No casualties. Bringing the ringleader for questioning. Captain Jackson met her in the corridor. "Any trouble?" he asked casually. Elena shrugged, dragging the much larger Trask behind her with one hand. He tried the usual. Threatened to blow up the ship, made some anatomically improbable claims about what he'd do to me. She laughed, while hauling a being who could bench press a shuttlecraft. Same old, same old. What did you do to them?" I asked from where I was being guarded nearby. Elena glanced at me, seemingly noticing me for the first time. "Standard non-lethal takedown procedures. He'll wake up with a headache, maybe some bruised pride." She looked almost disappointed. Honestly, for someone with his reputation, I expected more of a challenge. Trask began to stir and struggle against his bonds. Without even looking, Elena pressed something at the base of his neck, and he went instantly limp again. "Neural pressure point," she explained, seeing my mandibles drop in shock. "All vertebrate species have them. Didn't they teach you anything in pirate school?" She winked, and continued dragging him down the corridor, the most dangerous enforcer in the Outer Rim, neutralized in under a minute by an unarmed human. That's when I truly understood, we weren't dealing with mere enemies. We were dealing with something our evolution never prepared us to face. The Federation peacekeepers arrived 6 hours later to find the Void Reaper, the most notorious pirate vessel in known space, completely secured. 63 surviving crew members, including Captain Bloodfang herself, all in custody. No human casualties. They let me go. Can you believe that? A good faith gesture, Captain Jackson called it. Said they needed someone to spread the word. Smart. Terrifyingly smart. So here I am, drinking myself into oblivion at the nebula's edge, telling anyone who'll listen why they should steer clear of human space. It's not just their physical capabilities or their technological prowess. It's not even their unpredictability or their persistence. No, what truly makes humans the most terrifying species in the galaxy is their duality. The same human who can snap your spine without breaking a sweat will risk their life to save a creature they've never met. The same species that invented thousands of ways to kill can create art that brings hardened warriors to tears. They wage war with ruthless efficiency, then show mercy when victory is assured. "Humans don't make sense," mutters the Zorbian merchant, draining his drink. "That's what makes them dangerous." Exactly. They don't operate by any rational calculus of benefit and risk. They'll sacrifice themselves for principles. Principles. Abstract concepts with no survival value. The bartender slides me another drink. "On the house," he says again, that I know why he's being generous. It's the same reason veteran killers run when humans arrive. It's the same reason empires maintain buffer zones near Earth. It's pure, simple fear, because deep down, we all know the truth: in a galaxy of predators and prey, humans are neither. They're something else entirely, and the universe has no defense against them.